Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Terri. Today I wanted to just give a little snippet of the 5-day challenge, and today was day 2, creating a life vision for yourself. So I wanted to share some highlights from today's challenge and hope it's very helpful. Have a good one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So what does this clear life vision look like for you? So I would say think at least like 5 years out, because you want to, what people do is they underestimate what they can do in 5 years and they overestimate what they can do in like 5 months. It really takes time because we have all these beliefs and programs and paradigms that we're living on. So we have to slowly, break each one. So if just the way that you talk, you eat, you wake up, the actions you do, how you're showing up for sales calls or prospecting or networking, it's all, there's so much into who you are. And so all those beliefs and all those levels of change you want to do are going to take time. So you have to definitely give yourself time. So I would say look 5-10 years out in the big vision, and you'll probably notice once you write that down and you see it, you'll start knocking it off a whole lot faster. Rachel Hollis has this Start Today planner. I actually got a question in my DMs yesterday, just saying how I have such a positive attitude. And one of the things is, and this is part of my character, I really want to have an attitude of gratitude. And so, Rachel Hollis has this like 10 dreams in 10 years, 10 dreams I made happen. And then, so you start off doing 5 things you're grateful for every morning, and then the 10 things, and you just keep writing the same 10 things over and over and over again. And then like the one you want to achieve first. So she had wrote this down and just amazed herself. And all of these happened way before 10 years. The thing is, you're just impressing it on your subconscious mind. So I was mentioning just how powerful our subconscious minds are. So we have to definitely, it starts with beliefs. That's what we went over yesterday. And then impressing this image and this clear life vision onto your subconscious mind. What you're up to, because I love hearing it. This is like my life's work, is helping other people live with passion and live with purpose and really do stuff that makes them feel filled up. There's so many people that are working and miserable and depressed and they hate their life. And I've been there where I was like sad and depressed when I was bullied as a child, and I thought I didn't matter, and I didn't, what I had to say didn't matter. And I just took whatever came to me. I didn't, consciously create my life. I really lived from the outside in instead of the inside out. And I was miserable. And at the, I was young, so you don't really know better. But yeah, it was a really dark, low point for me. And I don't want anyone to ever feel like they don't matter or they can't live a life that's going to fulfill them and light them up. Like, we have beautiful gifts that we were given, to me by God, universe, just the creator, and we're all put on earth for a reason. You have the gifts that you are given for a reason. And those desires that are put on your heart, it's because you were made to fulfill them. Like, God's not going to give you a desire that he's not going to help you fulfill. You have but right now, when you do have a goal, so this is the importance of putting the goal on your subconscious mind, because with the goal card, so I have a goal card, it's in my purse, but I have it and I carry it with me all the time. I'm getting distracted by looking at Facebook. Okay, so when you can look at it constantly and not just looking at it, but feeling it as true. So for me, I wanted to impact 100,000 lives, like positively impact 100,000 lives. Like, that was like my big mission. And I wanted to do that through speaking, coaching, courses, online programs. And so that was, I didn't know exactly what program. So when I came up with the Abundance Mastermind program, it was really interesting because it just came to me so fast. And it was just like a download. Like, I know that this is it. So like yesterday we had kind of meditated on, and that's how it happens. When you can get connected with yourself, then you just start like becoming an open channel for receiving the downloads and the messages and really developing that intuition. So I was just on my mastermind call, because I was, in Bob Proctor's program, we created a mastermind. And then on that call, I was, thinking about what's the next move I'm going to do. I'd done one-on-one coaching, and I was like, I want to really do it more in a group setting. Do I want to create a course? Do I want to do an online program, a small group coaching course? And then after the call, it just came to me like, no, you're going to do a mastermind, and it's going to be called the Abundance Mastermind. And it was just like a knowing. So that's kind of how it comes to you. So I would say if you are really getting confused on what it is you want to do, then just get really quiet And I do have a guide. It's on discovering the 7 steps to discovering your perfect business idea. And basically, it says, like, what do you do when you are lost in flow? So that flow state where you could go for hours, you could just binge on YouTube all night long and just lose track of time. The sun's up. Like that's the kind of flow, because that's the kind of work that you're passionate about. And you probably have so much more research on the topic than you're really giving yourself credit for. So yeah, think of it, what you're doing when you're in flow. How do you help people already for free just because you love it? Like those are the kind of things. I know, like my best friend, she's so into fashion and photography, and so I was like, start a side business doing that. And so she's been actually selling clothes on Poshmark, and she's been making great money because she has so many extra clothes. So it's like, even if it's just a side hustle, like doing something that you love. Like she loves going through clothes. She loves shopping. She, will go to the thrift store and find a bunch of finds and sell it. Like she just loves shopping, and that's just her. And so now she found a little side gig, apart from her job at Stanford, making some money. So it's like, what do you just love to do that you would just do for free? Like she would come organize my closet and put outfits together for me. So what would you do for free? And then who do you look up to? Who do you admire that's doing the same similar things? So me, one of my mentors is Lisa Nichols. I'm going to be going to her retreat at her house. She was like inviting us into her house in September. Like got pushed back twice because of COVID, but I'm super excited. But she's someone I looked up to, and her vision was motivating the masses. And that's like super, broad. She didn't know exactly how she was going to do that. And even one of her programs is like the Speakers Mastermind. And that just came through her talking to her audience. So it's really just about getting started and taking that first step and start talking to people, ask people, what do you, what have I helped you with? And then, what kind of books are you reading? Like looking into what you're studying. So I don't want to get too much into the weeds in that, because I want to like create the vision. But yeah, really thinking about what you love to do. Say you're doing some network marketing and you want to be at that like gold standard. I don't know exactly all the names for it, but see yourself walking across the stage, accepting the award for maybe $1 million a year. Like you made $1 million in a year and you have the plaque and you're walking on stage, you see the audience is standing up ranting and raving. They're so inspired because they want that for themselves, and because you did it, they know it's possible for them. Like really cultivating that feeling and getting that clear vision. And that's that's how it happens. Another one of my mentors, which is why it's so important to have like really powerful people around you to show what's possible. But Lisa Natali, she has the Teachers of God Foundation with her husband, Bill Free. And she was on my vision board party that I had a couple months ago. And she showed us her plaque. So she hit the $1 million mark in her business. And so she showed us the plaque. And, she's like, I usually don't show this to anybody, but it's the vision. And she had visualized that. And then it came to pass. So that's like the importance of visualizing. So get really clear on your goal. And if you don't know it right now, just write it in the comments when we get done, because I really want you to write this goal on a goal card and look at it as often as possible, what that big goal looks like for you. If you already have a business and you already have a goal, maybe it's an income goal, an impact goal, write that down too. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Visualize it right when you wake up. So that's when we're in that theta brainwave state. And then visualize it when you're going to sleep. And so what I did before when I was talking about walking on stage, like kind of rampage on that. That's like an Abraham Hicks term, but it's basically just kind of like, oh, people are getting such great. You say you want to be a best-selling author. If my book's in the hands of people and they're loving the book, their lives are being transformed, like they're becoming healthier and happier because of my book. And not only are they becoming happier, but their families are becoming happier and healthier. And it's just a ripple effect for change. Like just kind of go on a tangent and let that. So Abraham Hicks says, be in that state of vibration for 17 seconds. So that's why, that's where you want to, at least for 17 seconds, just be in that state and riff on it and feel how good it feels to be making such a big impact. And think of, a particular person that, maybe is writing you a letter. I know with book writing, it's one of the things I want to do in the next 10 years is have a best-selling book. I write on my goal list. And they say to write a testimonial from someone who read your book, and look at that and use that as motivation to really inspire you. Okay, so then the next thing, after I was saying getting really emotionally involved with that goal, so how will it change your life to achieve that goal? And then why? It's so important why we want to do this, because that's what's going to get us out of bed in the morning. And you have to think big. Your why has to be so much bigger than you, because if it's just, oh, like I want more money, like it's going to at first, like, you have to know how much more money, because you might find, like, the universe might just give you a penny and then be like, all right, well, you said you wanted more money and there's like more than you had yesterday. But no, it's like you really have to be clear. So it's like, I want this much money, and then you have something to work towards, but make it so big that the small problems don't even seem relevant, because you're like, I have this huge mission that I can't even worry about that tiny little problem, because my mission's so big and so grand. And then also it gets you more excited. Well, maybe you don't want to go back to a miserable job, and that's a huge why. And then who would benefit from you not being at a miserable job? Your kids, your relationships. So there's a whole bunch of people. So you really write that down. Like, we just want to get crystal clear on like how this is going to positively impact our lives and the people around you. I definitely do dive into the business aspects of it in my programs, but today I really want to focus on who is the person that achieves this life goal, and what is the life goal in the beginning. And the reason that we set goals, so Bob Proctor always talks about having an A type, a B type, or a C type goal. And so these C type goals are the ones that they kind of scare you. Like, it's so big that you're like, how could I even do this? And like, who do I think I am? And what are people going to think? But then it gets you so excited, like, oh my God, if I was able to accomplish that, like, that would be amazing. So that's the kind of goal that you want. So now thinking, so what are you going to do to achieve that goal? So yeah, you're going to create a product, a service, or you're going to do a clothing line. When I went to Experts Academy for Brendan Burchard, he had Experts Academy, and actually I think it was Influencer Summit from him. And this lady, she had jewelry, and she was like a homeless, like she's from Africa, she was homeless. She just had like scrounge around for food. So she came from like a really low point, and then now she has this like sunshine jewelry collection. And so her whole point is like, when someone wears it, that it brings them joy, and it gives them, puts a little sunshine in their life. And so I was like, what a beautiful message and vision. And so Jamie, I forgot her last name, but she was like, she just sold her company for $1 billion. Something beauty company, but she had rosacea, and so she just wanted to have a very nice makeup that would cover up her rosacea without being clumpy or coming off. And so she just went real women, real beauty, ended up blowing up this brand. She had no idea she was going to make $1 billion off of selling this brand. But yeah, what happened was she was on QVC, and then on QVC it really blew up, but she didn't know how. That's the whole point. Is like, her big vision was, I want people with rosacea to feel confident and sexy in their skin. So it's like, that's the vision, but she wants it to be for everyone with it. Like, she wants all women to feel beautiful. So it's like, that's this huge vision. And then she doesn't know the how. She didn't know how she's gonna like get on QVC, because she tried a lot of different paths, trying to get into Sephora and other different big name stores. But then it wasn't until she got on QVC that she really blew up. And then also, had her branding and all the other things that come with it. But it starts with that really big vision, and then becoming the person, like getting that work ethic and that character, that of the person who has it. Cosmetics. Yeah, thanks, Griselle. Just this year, what I really want to accomplish, but then the way how I'm going to accomplish that is, just definitely impacting more people and being of more service, through coaching and speaking and programs. So yeah, but that's the vision. So I look at that. I have that as my desktop screensaver. I have it just as a picture in my phone. That I like go to when I'm like writing down my goals and affirmations. So it definitely motivates me. Like, okay, like, and then what I did is I got quotes for the roof already. So now I know exactly like what I'm going for. So it's not just like a pipe dream fantasy. It's like, okay, this is how much money. They told me how much I need to put, down in the beginning when the parts arrive. At the end, it takes 7 days. So the thing is, it's like, being very active in the visualization. So it's not just kind of like a fantasy. If you want a new car, like, test drive the car. So that's one of the things I need to do soon, is like test drive. I love Jaguars. I never got one because just like my ex-boyfriend and my dad, they were saying like, oh, they're not very well made cars. And so I just took that as like, living from the outside in, oh yeah, like I can't get that, or I shouldn't get that. But it's like, no, but I want that. So now I'm like, I'm gonna go test drive them, see which ones I like, and then just have that to really keep me motivated. If you want to go on vacation, then what is where do you want to go, for how long, where are you going to be staying? Like, just look it up, just plan the vacation. Like, you don't have to actually book it all, like, and pay for it, but plan the vacation. What hotels are you staying at? What places you're going to go for dinner? What entertainment are you going to have? Like, plan it now. So that's like creating the vision, is like creating it. So plan it all out. So basically having the different areas of your life. And so these are the areas that they do in the life book. So your health and your fitness. So what do you want that to look like? Then intellectually, What are you taking in? So maybe who do you want your mentors to be? Who do you want to work with? What community do you want to surround yourself with? Emotionally, so what makes you happy, and making sure that you're inputting that into your life. So it's, I need to, take baths 3 times a week. I need to have dinner uninterrupted with no tech, no technology, or maybe just, movie on. I need to, yeah, get some sunshine and go for a walk. Like, but yeah, doing those emotional things that are going to make you happy. Then the character, I talked a little bit about that, but who do you want to be? And then what does your spiritual foundation look like? Are you, yeah, going to church on Sundays, waking up and meditating? Kind of what does that look like? And then also with your partner, what do you want your partner relationship to look like? Do you want to do weekly date nights? Do you want to, take showers together every night and, talk about your goals? Do you want to, um, whatever it is, but having it written down, because that's where the whole like life vision comes in, is you have like the vision, you have the script, you have it all written down for you, and then now it just becomes living it. And then also, what does your social life look like? Your financing, making sure that you're managing, money that's coming in, money that's coming out, saving for retirement. And then also, yeah, fun, quality of life. So writing all of this down. So I would write down all of those categories, and I'll post this in the group so you guys can look at it and then really think about what you want it to look like, what you want your life to look like in all of these different categories. And the main thing is really doing the exercise. So it's one thing to just kind of like watch and like listen, like, oh, that's, interesting, and I can understand how that's helpful, but really, really doing it. So yesterday's on our belief systems and what you would do if you were fearless. Make sure, if you haven't done that, to definitely do that. And then for today's homework, creating that Canva vision board. That took me about 15 minutes, doesn't really take too long, but it's like something to look forward to. And then wherever our focus is going, the energy is flowing in there. So tomorrow we're going to talk about tuning in for guidance. So make sure you have your workbooks with you, and this is going to be really, really exciting, because this is where you can feel that you're trusted and you're guided, and you don't have to stress and worry, and you can just let things come to you and let things be easy, because whatever you believe is what's going to be true for you. If you believe it has to be hustle, and you believe it has to be hard, then that's how it's going to be. So someone was asking me yesterday, like, how are you staying so positive? It's because I'm, doing the work, and you think it's like, why do I have to do this? Like, I know, yeah, I'm grateful, whatever. But it's like when you're actually doing the act of writing it down, you're putting yourself into that vibrational frequency of being grateful, and then that's what's gonna just like elevate your mood, raise your vibration, and then really focusing on who you need to be. So I really want you to kind of focus on that character part. That's where the self-mastery comes in, is who you are, who's the person that I just had achieved this goal. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. I'm so pumped. Yay! I'm so happy you're pumped. I'm pumped too. I hope you have a wonderful day. And yeah, please do the work. It's amazing. Oh, and I have some prizes. So I'll mention the prizes in our group. So stay tuned. And yeah, make sure you're doing the homework. I will give you, till the end of the week to complete all the homeworks if you do want to be eligible to get the prizes. So I love you, and stay tuned.